Good afternoon to everyone and welcome in the virtual session for this course. So again, good afternoon to all of you. So dear students, we are just dealing with certain smart materials which can be even prepared from the inorganic materials and which can be polymerized to form the material of wide range of application. We can have even the polymer from the inorganic chemistry. Okay, you have heard about the polymer from the organic chemistry. So, dear students, sound is audible to all of you. Raise your hands. Sound is audible to all of you. Okay. Now it is okay. Now sound is okay. So what we are discussing the various types of the inorganic polymer, and mostly the silicon based polymer. We are having wide range of applications of this type of polymeric substance which is of the inorganic origin. So we have gone through the silicates. Now we have been studying the silicon. Okay, this name is derived from the fact that it has a similarity in the group just like in acetone. So we used to call it a silicon. Okay, not silicon as the name coming from the this aspect. Okay, so these silicons may be linear, it may be cyclic, it may be cross-linked. Okay, because of their higher thermal stability they are called to be a high temperature polymer. Okay, because of the extensive bond formation and the stability of the bond is too much high that you can explore this polymeric material for the high temperature application. So that is why this type of the inorganic polymer used to called as a high temperature polymers. Okay, so you will have here the silicon oxygen silicon bond. Okay, this type of bond will be exist when we talk about the this type of the inorganic moiety. So as you know, silicon is used in glass making. Okay, in pottery industry. So it has a big role to play when we look into the uh, hardware where we used to prepare different hardware component for computers. Okay, so there are a wide range of display and wide range of the microchips. Okay, and such certain other periphery devices which contain this component. Okay, so this is heavily exploited as an element, but we are just talking about the polymer which is produced from this type of the element. So some common form of this polymer in our daily life which we are using is a silicon oil, grease, you have rubber, you have resin which is having some component of silicon. Okay, and coating in electrical applications. So you will find a wide range of the insulating material where you will find the coating of this polymeric substance. So as we have studied that we used to have the polymeric organosilicones derivative which contain this linkage. So these can be also known by a polysilicyliogens. Okay, so you can have the another name for this one. So you can see that you have silicon, oxygen, silicon bond and n number of the moiety linked with such type of the framework to form this polymeric substance. So these are the high temperature polymeric substances which exhibit a wide range of application. And the naming system we have discussed that we can name such type of silicons in a similar fashion as we used to name the hydrocarbons. Okay, just like your alkane, alcohol, we used to call OL. Okay, we have prefix and suffix in a similar fashion we used to apply. Okay, so you will find wide range of the um, silicon based compound where you have alcohol as a single uh, functional group. There may be some difunctional groups, so we used to call diol. Okay, rather than by naming some other way of putting the names, we used to follow the IUPC naming system in a similar fashion. Just we used to apply for the hydrocarbons. Okay, although these compounds are very complex and having higher molecular weight if you compare with methane, ethane. Okay, so these are the diverse class of fluid resins elastomers. So this class is not confined to particular category, but you will have a wide range of classes which vary from fluid to resin elastomer. Okay, based on its polymerization product, you can have wide range of the length of the inorganic polymer where you will have silicon oxygen bond as alternate bond. Okay, so their chemical inertness, resistance to water and oxidation and stability at both higher and lower temperature had led to a wide range of commercial application. So when we look into the dimension, that is the application spectra of this inorganic polymer, so we used to get a much information that it has been used in a wide range. Why it is so? Because it is thermally stable even at higher temperature as well as at lower temperature. Okay, so this leads to develop a unique property that it can retain its basic characteristics even in the both the extreme condition at lower as well as at higher temperature. Okay, and it has been used as a lubricant. Okay, greases in electrical wire insulation, and even it find application in biomedical implants. Okay, such as breast implants. You have certain other structure which you have to place within your body. So it is only possible when you have the very good biocompatibility of that material. Okay, so this material is inert, it has nothing to do with certain other reactions, so it remain as a inert in our body. Okay, so whenever we used to implant such a required desirable surgical device or some other device in our body, so this is a highly biocompatible material for that purpose. Okay, so we have in certain cases you will find silicon chips in our body, implanted in our body. Okay, so when you look into the composition and structure of the silicons. Okay, so silicon differ from the most industrial polymer in that the chain of linked atoms at which they use to form this polymer. Okay, that make up the backbone of their molecule do not contain carbon. So if you compare this with the organic polymer, so you will find that there is a absence of this carbon. Okay, the characteristic element which you find in mostly in organic polymers, so that will be lacking here. Okay, this lacking of the carbon in the polymer backbone makes this species of an unusual inorganic polymeric substance through the way which we are exploring in number of application spectra. Okay, so you will have the different ways by which you can have its applications. Okay, so when you look into the most common silicons compounds is your polydimethyl siloxane, which can illustrate the central characteristic of the class. Okay, so this is the common most class and it used to exhibit nearly all the property which represent this group. Okay, So the start when we look into the preparation, so starting material is the metallic silicon, okay, silicon element which is obtained either from silica sand. Silicon is reacted with methyl chloride over a specified catalyst, that is copper, forming the dimethyl dichlorosilane. Okay, this is formed when you have this one reacting, okay, with the methyl chloride in the presence of copper under suitable conditions. So there is a formation of this. So this is formed. Okay, this one is going to form when you have the conducive reaction condition. So under this condition, it is going to have the formation of this type of the species. Okay, so you can see from here by reaction of this compound with water. Later, when you able to obtain the previous substrate, which further react with water, the chlorine atom which is present in the previous substrate which we have obtained when we have the reaction of silicon with the methyl chloride, then that substrate will have the chlorine which will be replaced when we react this with the water. Okay, so the resultant unstable compound, that is selion, this has the alcohol group, okay, polymerize by the condensation reaction, the single unit molecule linking together to form the polyethylene solution with the loss of the water. So there will be a condensation process. Such type of dimethyl groups keep on repeatedly undergoing condensation process to form the linkage which will have silicon oxygen silicon linkage. Okay, so you will have a certain units substituent group. Okay, so what I want to say that in the initial form there is no carbon atom, but with the introduction of these methyl group, you will have the introduction of the carbon content in the silicon polymeric substance. Okay, in order to have the variety in property. Okay, so these are the side groups. These contains the carbon content, but its backbone will lack the carbon content. But side group, substance group will have these carbon content you have in this polymeric substance. Okay, so cellulosane's molecules rotate freely around silicon oxygen bond. So even with the substituent group, just like vinyl, methyl, or phenyl group, when attached to the silicon backbone. Okay, so it is a flexible molecule. If you have the linkage like this, okay, this one, and you have the group substituent group which may be phenyl, which may be methyl, which may be vinyl, so it will hardly affect its free motion. Okay, so this much flexibility you can have in this molecule. So in addition, the silicon oxygen bond is highly heat resistance and is not readily attacked by oxygen or even ozone. So this is a very resistant bond. Okay, so it is not going to be easily break. So it is highly heat resistant. Okay, even if you have attack of ozone or some other reagent, it will try to resist the rupturing of that particular silicon oxygen bond. Okay, so as a result of that, these are remarkably stable and they have the lowest glass temperature, glass transition temperature. This is the temperature below which a molecule are locked in rigid or glassy state. Okay, so they have the this capability. This is one of the parameter which you will have important value in the polymeric science, because we have to have the important aspect of the glassy state and the polymeric state we should know when we explore the property of such a polymeric substance. Okay, and after that it is highly permeable to gases of any other polymer. Okay, so it is this is also highly permeable to the gases. Okay, this is another one. On the other hand, the silicon oxygen bond is susceptible to the hydrolysis and attacked by acid. So silicones, plastics and rubber are relatively weak and rapidly swollen by our hydrocarbon oils. Okay, so it has certain disadvantage. It is attacked by acid and base component. Okay, if these material come in contact with acid and base, so they are prone to the hydrolysis process. Okay, so when you look into the uses of the silicons, okay, we have a wide range of application of this polymeric substance. So we have wide spectrum of applications. So they can be used in waterproofing. Okay, this is one application in electrical condensation and insulation also, and it is used in medical application and cosmetic implants. Okay, there may be some aspect where certain devices has to be implant within our within the body. So because of its low toxicity, bio this is biocompatible substance. So this is a biocompatible. Okay, because of its low toxicity, we prefer to implant the devices or whatever is required as per the medication. The medical field used to explore this polymeric substance based on such materials for the purpose of implantation within our living system or within our body. Okay, so they are also used as a lubricant at both higher and lower temperature because their bond is stable and it resists any breakage in both the extreme conditions. Okay, so you have to have this capability with the compound. Okay, silicon rubber are very useful because they retain their elasticity even at lower temperature as compared to other rubbers. So this is the another application. Means the silicons has wide range of application. It vary from fluid, resin, adhesive. So there are wide range of application, and it can replace the rubber, natural rubber, which cannot be used at a low temperature. So it preferably can be explored to be used at a low temperature because of their property to retain the elasticity. Okay, so it will retain its elasticity even at very low temperature. Okay, so these are also used in the varnishes and greases. So these are the another application where we can explore in wooden work or some other construction work and some other automobiles. You can have the application of its polymeric species. Okay, so now the other applications, silicone oils are highly stable and non-volatile even on heating. So they therefore used for high temperature oil bath. Okay, so in certain cases in laboratory we require the boiling of certain uh, substances. Okay, for that purpose we require some non-volatile oil, so we prefer to use this one. Okay, so this is used for the high temperature oil bath and high vacuum pressures. Okay, so they do not become too much viscous on cooling and therefore used for low temperature lubrication. Okay, and thus therefore are used over hydrocarbon soils. Okay, so it is preferred to be used in number of application if you compare with the hydrocarbon oils. Okay, because it has a capability that it will not become viscous on cooling. Okay, so because of its property, we can use this one, and this can replace number of other uh, substances for its application. Okay, so they are used as greases, varnishes, resins, which can be applied even at low temperature. So you will have application at low as well as at high temperature. Okay, so if you have a two extreme points, so your application spectra ultimately increases. Okay, because it retain its property in both the extreme conditions. So silicons are water repellent and a good insulators. Therefore, they are used in waterproofing, and this I have already explained. Okay, so they are excellent insulator for electrical motors and electrical appliances. Okay, which can withstand the high temperature. Rubber like silicon retain their plasticity and elasticity even at the low temperature, and they are mixed to make the damp resistant. So even those polymeric substances are mixed with certain other paints so as to increase the durability of the painted substance. Okay, so when you look into the synthesis of the silicones, so these are first prepared and converted into the tetrachlorosilane. Okay, so this is silicon reacted with the chlorine content to form this tetrachlorosilane by this reaction, and later on this further react with the Grignard reagent to form the species. This is the variety of chlorosilanes are produced by this method. Okay, but how the process is complicated, it seems to be very simple on the paper, but it is complicated, and it is replaced by later on through the innovation and R&D developed by certain scientists. We have another very innovative method, that is Muller-Ruchum map process, which is used to form the silicons. So in this process, the methyl chloride or alkyl chloride is treated with elementary silicon at a temperature around 280 to 300 degrees Celsius at a at a pressure of 200 to 400 kps. Pascal pressure is used kilopascal in the presence of the copper catalyst. So this is a catalyst which is explored so as to reduce the activation energy of the reaction. Okay, so this is the important catalyst. The basic catalyst and high temperature in the general higher molecular weight polymers are linear. On the other side, the acidic catalyst tends to form the cyclic or low molecular weight polymer. So it depends on the type of the catalyst used. If you use a basic catalyst in this process, so you will have higher yield. Okay, higher molecular weights polymeric substance will be produced. On the other hand, if you use acidic catalyst, then you will have the small cyclic molecules with the low molecular weight. So it depends upon what type of the catalyst you prefer to use. Accordingly, you will get the polymeric substance. It may be high molecular weight, or it may be a lower molecular weight substance. Okay, so, so this is the reaction you will have. So you can see the general silicons were prepared by hydrolysis of dialkyl or dichlorosilane or triaryl dichlorosilane, this one, which are prepared by passing vapors of alkyl chloride or aryl chloride over silicon element at the elevated temperature around 570 Kelvin by exploring the catalyst, that is copper. Okay, So you will have the catalyst, that is copper, which is explored for this purpose. Okay, so I'm just launching one pool question. So just wait. Which So I'm just launching the question. Just wait. This is your pool question. So still 21 students are not responding to the given pool. So I'm going to close the pool. The third option is the correct option. So copper is preferably used as a catalyst in most of the synthesis which we have discussed. So hydrolysis of dimethylchlorosilane give us dimethylselenol. Okay, so from this hydrolysis of the chloride, there is a formation of alcohol. Okay, this is selenol. Okay, so presence of hydroxyl group is there. So later on, the polymerization of this dimethyl results in the formation of the linear silicon. So you have this group, which because of the hydrolysis, it is going to form salones. And when huge number of the group will be formed, a compound will be formed, so these groups will further keep on reacting to form the long chain through the elimination of water. So water is eliminated at all from this polymeric substance. Okay, so you have the condensation reaction. So this will be like this. You will have the removal of water. Okay, so this bond will be formed. This is silicon oxygen silicon bond. So this type of reaction keep on proceeding and you will have the formation of a long chain like this. So this keep on going. Once it is formed, further the another unit will join with this one and it keep on increasing its molecular weight through the condensation process. So this process is going to form a long chain. Just like in your polymer chemistry, you have the addition and polymerization reaction. okay, and condensation reaction. Similarly here, the condensation is taking place with the elimination of small molecule, just like water. So hydrolysis of alkyl or aryl trichlorosilane, okay, yield a complex network or linkage or the polymeric substance. So we have studied in the previous slide that we have the dichlorosilane which undergo hydrolysis, and later on these molecule undergoing condensation to form a long chain. But here if you have a trichlorosilane, okay, so it is going to yield a complex structure when it undergo hydrolysis. So you can see from here you have three active sites. So you have three alcohol group which is attached to this silicon atom. So this is a product of the hydrolysis. Once it is formed, so this will keep on reacting with the another one, and you will have the condensation process with the elimination of water. Okay, so water will be eliminated accordingly, and there is a formation of again the bond. So this bond is a similar bond, and length may be vary depending upon the situation, because here we have the three hydroxyl component which is active for the reaction. Okay, so you if you keep on reacting, and again the polymerization reaction involves in the side chains also. Okay, instead of main chain there will be reaction which also going to involve the side groups, that is alcohol group from the silicon uh, backbone, and later on in a similar fashion there is a elimination of water, and ultimately a cross linked silicon structure is formed. So this is how you have the formation of the complex structure, cross structure, and this is a formation of linear structure, which we have discussed how this is going to form, and this is the linear structure, and this linear structure can be extended depending upon the reaction time. It keep on increasing to form a linear structure because it has only one reactive moiety, that is a hydroxyl component of this atom for this moiety, and of another moiety. So it will going to react to undergo condensation reaction. So when you look into the properties of silicons, which we have discussed its application. So one of the important property is the thermal property, okay, which increases its spectrum of application. So as we have explained that this is thermal stability is because of the strong sulfur, this silicon oxygen bond. So it has been found that in such species, its bond is shorter than the expected bond, which is calculated by certain calculation from their radii. Okay, so what we are expecting the larger bond, but we are getting actually lower bond. So this indicates that there is a some sort of a special ionic character or partial double bond character in the sulfur oxygen bond, due to which it becomes quite stable. Okay, so usually whatever we have theoretically by computational we used to expect for the silicon oxygen bond, that seems to be larger, but actually we are getting shorter bond in the given silicon polymeric substances. So this will also give indication that there is some input of the ionic or double bond character in the silicon oxygen bond. Okay, so because of this property, these are much stable if you compare with the similar type of the polymeric substances. Okay, so the another one is the chemical stability. Okay, silicons are stable towards chemical reagent. They are not affected by common reagent or chemicals such as acid, alkaline. salt solution, or you can have no reaction with water at a room temperature. These are also quite stable to attack by oxygen. Okay, so this is quite stable. So you have wide range of environmental aspect which can degrade the substance, but it seems to be a very much stable. However, some oxidation can occur higher at a higher temperature by oxygen. Okay, so it has been found that oxygen can attack the uh, property, attack the silicons at an elevated temperature. Okay, so at elevated temperature, fluid polysilicones get crossed, linked through the oxygen atom to form a rubber-like gel in few hours. Okay, the presence of aromatic group on the silicon decreases the increases the oxidative stability of the given sample compound. Okay, so we have different types of the variety, and variety in terms of the substituent group, so that is going to have impact on the polymeric property of these substances. Okay, basically the inorganic substances. So the next, so these are low lubricant temperature. This is contrast to the hydrocarbon oil, which become viscous on cooling and thereby cannot be used. These are the good insulator and provide a better electrical aspect or application in various sectors, including electrical motors, so it can withstand the high temperature. They are water repellent because the silicon chain is surrounded by organic side groups. So why this is repellent? Because silicon groups chain is surrounded by organic group. Because of that, it is repelling the water. Okay, so they are the resistance to this exhibit the resistance towards the oxidation, have oxidation stability. However, when heated above the certain temperature, that is around 350 to 400 degrees Celsius, silicons are rapidly oxidized and thus, yeah, there are wide range of application you can have. So dear students, how you can observe these have wide range of applications. So how can we memorize? You can remember these application on the basis of its property. Just imagine that what top property I have discussed. I have discussed the thermal stability, chemical resistance. Okay, so you will find in your place also in kitchen and various other places where we are using surface coating of these materials. Okay, so you should not mug up everything, but you should memorize all these property, uh, and by knowing its property, you can have the different applications. Okay, so basic property is that it is a thermally stable and chemically resistant molecule. So because of this, it will have the certain application which will make the molecule unique with respect to the other. Definitely, the substituent group is also going to be playing a very crucial role. Okay, if you change the substituent group in the backbone of the polymeric substance, then there is a change in the property. Okay, so you can either improve the property. So this is a work of the chemist or the plastic engineer who involved in the synthesis of such molecules. So it is by hit and trial method one can look into the reactions and preferably use to modify these compounds. Okay, because if you have certain problem in its application, so you can have the situation where you can standardize the reaction condition, and later on by having a proper standardized condition, you can have the reagent, suitable reagent, which can replace the substituent group lying on the backbone of this polymeric substance. So that is going to have impact on the property of the inorganic substance. So there are some broad lines regarding the different aspect of the inorganic polymer, especially this one. Just it is a thermally resistance, chemically resistant, it's a water repellent. So these are the some basic and well-known explored applications. So you can have a wide range of applications. So I'm just launching one pool question. In silicon, we are talking about the application of these molecules, and bond length is playing a very crucial role. Okay, so what we expect from the experimental data, okay, that seems to be different with respect to the theoretical data which we are supposed to get, okay, when we put certain calculation, but we are getting a difference. So here the situation is different. So its implication can be seen when we look into the spectra, application spectra of this compound. So it has been found that experimentally the silicon oxygen bond is different with respect to the calculated aspect. Okay, so you have to have the clear cut idea about the bond length, because it is going to have impact on its thermal stability, chemical resistant, okay, and it will also have impact on certain other properties. Okay, so the experimentally we used to have shorter bond as compared to the theoretical value. So the second option is the correct option. When you calculate its bond length, silicon oxygen bond in silicons, so it will be always greater theoretically, but experimentally you will get shorter length. Okay, so this one is the correct answer for the given two question. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture. So in a similar fashion, one can ask you that why these molecules are water repellent. Okay, so as you seen that in the silicons, you have the substituent group, and those substituent groups are alkyl groups, aryl groups. So all these are the organic groups. Okay, so if you have included organic groups, so it will never be a attractant for the water, it will be repellent for the water. Okay, so that is why you have the application of these substances as a water in a waterproofing system. Okay, because of the substituent alkyl and aryl group, which makes these polymeric substances unique in their property. Okay, so dear student, thank you to all of you for this wonderful session. Now we will have a discussion on the another aspect in the coming lecture.